All right, it's 9 o'clock. We will convene the January 11th meeting of the Pennington County Planning Commission. Roll call. Everybody is here. Yay! And Commissioner Deb Hadcock is representing the county board. Item number 1, approval of the December 21st, 2015 minutes. Did everybody get a chance to read those? Are there any corrections or additions?
Move approval as printed.
It's been moved and seconded, Lori?
Second.
To approve the December 21st minutes as written. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Approval of the agenda. We have how many items? 13 items on the agenda this morning. Chair would entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda as written. Is there further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Approval of the consent calendar. The following items have been placed on the consent calendar for action to be taken on all items in accordance with staff's recommendation by a single vote. Any item may be removed from the consent calendar by any planning commissioner, staff member, or audience member for separate consideration. The findings of this planning commission are recommendations to the Pennington County Board of Commissioners, who will make the final decision. PJ, would you read the items on the consent calendar into the record, please?
Sure. PJ Conover, Director, Planning Department. Item number 3, conditional use permit review 0845 for Elaine Anderson. Stephanie Anderson is the agent to review a single-wide mobile home to be used as a temporary residence while constructing a single-family residence in a low-density residential district. Staff recommends to end conditional use permit 0845 with the applicant's concurrence. Item 4, conditional use permit review 1433 for Lenora and Larry Ruland to review a single-wide mobile home to be used as a permanent residence in a general agriculture district. Staff recommends to continue the review of CUP 1433 to the January 25th, 2016 Planning Commission meeting. Item 5, conditional use permit review 1435 for Brad Nibel to review a multifamily dwelling in a suburban residential district to rent out the house/basement in accordance with Section 208 and 510 of our ordinance. Staff recommends to continue the review of CUP 1435 to the January 25th, 2016 Planning Commission meeting. Item 6, rezone 1516 for Donald Karras to rezone .994 acres from low-density residential district to limited agriculture district in accordance with Section 508. Staff recommends approval of rezone 1516. Item number 7, conditional use permit 1537 for Peaceful Pine Valley LLC, William and Valerie Landis, Arlen Dice as the agent, to allow for a vacation home rental in a low-density residential district. Staff recommends approval of CUP 1537 with 17 conditions.
Thank you, PJ.
You're welcome.
Would any planning commissioner like to remove any of those items from the consent calendar for further discussion? Any staff member?
None.
Any audience member? Hearing none, Chair would accept a motion for approval of the consent calendar.
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent calendar as written. Is there further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
On to item 8.
Good morning, Cassie Bolstead, Assistant Planning Director. Item 8 is minor plat 1530 to combine 3 lots to create Lot 2R, Block 3 of Pine Cliff subdivision. The applicant and owners are David and Kathy Gunderson. The surveyor is Heald Land Surveying. Currently, this property is residential use. The purpose of this plat is that the 3 lots are currently taxed as one tax parcel and exist under one tax ID number. However, the legal description for the subject property identifies 3 lots, and the applicants are paying water rates for their community water system for each of the 3 lots separately. So basically what they're wanting to do with this minor plat is to create harmony between the legal description and the way that it's taxed. As it exists right now, the legal description is Lot 2 through 4 of Block 3 Pine Cliff subdivision. On this property, there is a single-family residence, a detached garage, and an on-site wastewater treatment system. What they are wanting to do, what they are proposing to do, is to create Lot 2R. Nothing would change about the lot. It would still be the same use. All the same structures would exist on the property. It would be the same access. Nothing about this would be changing. The proposed minor plat would actually decrease density within the Pine Cliff subdivision, and like I said, would not change the existing use. It would stay residential. The 3 existing lots, like I said, already exist as one tax parcel, so they are just wanting to make the legal description match that. This was routed through the interdepartmental review process. There is one comment that came back from the county environmental planner that according to the building permit that was issued for the single-family residence in 1975, the septic system is sized for a 3-bedroom home. The property card, what the Department of Equalization has on record is that it is a 4-bedroom home. So it does appear that the septic system may be undersized. However, they are not wanting at this time to add anything to the residence. They're not wanting to change it. There was an operating permit issued on this property in 2011, so it is still valid at this time. So it was built in 1975. And is therefore considered legal non-conforming. They're not requesting to change or alter the use or the residence or the septic system at this time. If they were to increase the number of bedrooms or apply to change anything about the residence or the use, we would evaluate the septic system at that time, but currently we wouldn't do anything with it for this plat. So staff does recommend approval of minor plat 1530 with 3 conditions.
Thanks, Cassie. Are there any questions for Cassie?
Yeah, Sig.
I'm just kind of curious, is Community Water, were they contacted during the process of consolidating lots?
The road district up there, the Pine Cliff Road District,
Water system, that they administer
the
the water
home,
system?
yeah, it's the homeowners association. It oversees most all of that up there, from my understanding, just dealing with some other things up there. And they were routed on this.
Okay.
We didn't receive any comments from.
Does
Thank you.
anybody else?
I have a
Yes, Barb?
question. You used the word parcel, and that's not usual, and it's not in the dictionary for the planning and zoning. How do you define parcel as opposed to the lots or other words that are usually used?
Where specifically are you looking?
Excuse me?
Where specifically are you looking under where you see parcel?
You can look under purpose. The word is used there. And when you spoke just now, you said tax parcel, and that's my understanding that parcel applies to a tax grouping, but it's not in the dictionary, and yet you're using it here. So I just want to clarify.
I got it. Any word that's not in the dictionary, if you check out section 103 definitions of the county ordinance, it states, unless specifically defined below, words used in these zoning ordinances are to be understood in their ordinary sense, except as there may be defined in general, South Dakota Law 214.
Okay.
Tax parcel is a professional term used, it's on Rapid Map, and it's used by equalization. Our office uses it regularly.
And what does it mean?
Piece of land usually divided from, separated from a larger section,
That's it?
according to Webster.
Okay. You looked it up?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
Ordinary sense, thank you.
all right. I suggest you put it in the dictionary when that's revised.
We are thorough here. I do have one question, Cassie. In existing conditions, you describe Lot 2 through 4, Block 3, in the first paragraph as 1.26 acres, and the proposed lot is 1.249. What?
That actually did come up as a question while I was reviewing this. I don't know what the difference would be. I just go based off of what the surveyor provides. And on here, as you can see on their survey, it says 1.249 acres. So that would be up to the surveyor to establish whether that is the correct acreage before it's filed. What might have happened is when this was done before, when it was originally platted long ago, it might have been a situation where maybe they rounded up, and this is more exact. I'm not sure, but that would be up to the surveyor to determine if that is actually the correct acreage.
Okay, thanks, Cassie. Are there any further questions? Staff's recommendation is approval of this minor plat with 3 conditions. Anybody want to offer a motion?
I move that we approve minor plat PL 15-30 with 3 conditions.
It's been moved and seconded to approve minor plat PL 1530 with the 3 conditions recommended by staff. Is there further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
On to item 9.
Item 9, County Board Report. The Board of Commissioners concurred with the Planning Commission's recommendations from the December 21st, 2015 Planning Commission meeting.
Yay. Item 10, items from the public. Mr. and Mrs. Gunderson, I'm sorry I didn't give you a chance to speak on your item. Is there anything you wanted to add?
The only, you have a question about the water board?
If you'd like to come up, I'm sorry.
There was a question raised about the Pine Cliff Water Board. I'm on the board.
Okay.
And so what wound up happening is, this was a regulation that they had years ago, never enforced until just recently. Then they decided to enforce it. And as a board member, I couldn't get them to change their idea on that. There's about 4 or 5 residences up there that are undergoing this same process right now of having to pay extra lot fees. So we're just the first ones in the group to make an attempt to consolidate the lots into one rather than 2 or 3.
So we should expect to see more Pine Cliff people?
It could be.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you, sir.
I'm sorry about that. I should have asked you when we were dealing with your issue, if you had comments. Are there any further items from the public? I guess not. Items from the staff? Sure. Building permits.
Building permit report for the end of the year. Overall, we were up about 17% for single-family residences. This year, we took in 109 single-family resident permits. Last year was 93. Public works permits were up 25% from 12 last year to 15 this year. There's a lot of work being done on cell towers to improve those, and that's the category that they go under. Our pole barns, greenhouses, lean-to, that was up 14% from last year, from 113 up to 129. Our demolitions, 649, which is basically mobile home removals, was down 44% from 64 last year to 36 this year. Overall, building permits were up 7%. And as far as year-to-date valuation, was up about 1% or just under $200,000.
Thanks, PJ. Are there any questions about this? I'm curious about what the amusement thing is, the 318.
The 60,000? Which one was that?
Yeah,
From December?
yep. Does anybody know? It's Voorhees Hospitality.
Was it the Voorhees one? Yeah. Okay. So his cabins.
Oh, it's cabins, okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. There'll be another one coming shortly.
Any other questions about building permits? Okay, let's talk meetings. 2016 Planning Commission meetings.
Item 11B, 2016 PC meetings. You should have a copy of the meeting schedule in front of you. The biggest thing is, of course, December for this year. December 19th, that meeting is at 2 p.m. on that Monday instead of the 1 p.m. like it was this past year. And so we'll be maintaining 2 meetings in every December.
Okay.
And the reason it's late is because of the tax hearings for Janet's office that day.
Did we jam them up this last December?
They said they had to speed up a little bit, but there was enough of a buffer between the two, but we figured 2 o'clock would give them enough time.
Would be better. Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Any questions? How about, let's talk code of conduct.
Well, the Code of Conduct was approved by the Board of Commissioners in 2014. Planning Commission staff received one in 2015, and just to be consistent, just giving you another copy for this year. Nothing, as far as I know, has changed on it. We don't need signatures that you've read it, just handing it out.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Items from the membership. Does anybody have anything?
I have a question, PJ. Just, I guess in kind of filing stuff, I ran across an old book I had that was a paper copy of a street references for the entire county. It was like alphabetically street name and then, you know, a reference to a page in bound booklet of where that was at.
Okay.
Is that been updated, or is there a current version of that, or just reliance on Rapid Map only, basically?
No, not Rapid Map only. Well, most of the staff relies on Rapid Map, or we use it on our cell phones on the app while we're out. The city does put together a paper version of all the streets in the city and in the county. And they have a new version for this year. It's a PDF file, and it has a list of all the roads.
It's on the city's website then, or both?
I don't believe it's on ours. I'm not sure if it would be on the cities or where it would be. But if the commission would like a copy, we can send it to you. It's a PDF.
I was unaware that that Rapid Map had an app for mobile phones. Could
It
you
does.
send us a link to that?
Sure,
That'd be
absolutely.
great. That would help if we're out and about.
as long as you can get reception.
Yeah. Go.
Places we go, we usually don't get it.
Need a
Right. Are there any other items
Phone
from
ball like
membership?
this.
Lori, did you have something?
Yeah, I just wanted to remind you, I'll be gone for the next 2 meetings.
And I will be gone for the first meeting in February.
And I will be here.
You will be here. Jim is going to be here. Okay. I have one question. Can you give us an update on the VHR committee? We haven't heard anything about that for a
Sure.
while.
The the updated version of the ordinance from that committee, Cassie and I worked on it, went through all the meetings, made sure everything was correct, and Kinsley is looking at it now.
Okay. Barb, do you have anything to say about, since you're a member? Okay. So when should we see that before us? Do you have any idea?
I don't. After Kinsley is finished with it, then it's gonna go back to the committee. They're gonna hold one more additional meeting to officially approve their recommendations, and then ask for it to go before the board or the commission.
Okay.
Also, I believe there'll be some advertising for the HOAs, which was brought up from SIG a little while ago,
Okay.
in
So
addition to the regular advertising for an ordinance amendment.
so it'll probably be at least a month, maybe two, before we see it. Okay, thanks. Are there any other items for membership? Okay, we're on to item 13. That would be adjournment. Anybody want to make a motion?
So moved.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. We adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned.
Thank you.